This morning I spoke of not just a single tragedy, but of the growing risks surrounding the booming industry of medical tourism. And this is the case of Martin Latchman. The name has now been released, a 38-year-old British father, former teacher, IT professional who died in Istanbul on the 28th of July, shortly before a follow-up hair transplant procedure at the well-known Dr. Cinik clinic. And Mr. Latchman was not a reckless thrill seeker. He had previously undergone a successful hair transplant at the same clinic in 2024, and he returned for a second procedure, likely emboldened by the clinic's sterling reputation, which boasts over 70,000 procedures and a global clientele, including celebrities such as Rio Ferdinand, the football person. Dr. Emrah Cinik is, after all, a recognised figure in the cosmetic surgery world, trained at Istanbul University and frequently praised for combining technological innovation with personalised aftercare. But despite the glittering reviews and the sleek branding, something has clearly gone fatally wrong. According to the clinic's official statement, all pre-operative checks were completed, blood tests, chest x-ray, ECG, and Mr. Latchman was cleared for surgery by the attending anaesthetologist. And yet, before the procedure began, during the preparatory stage, he became unwell. He was transferred to a university hospital, received emergency medical care, but tragically died that evening. And the Turkish authorities have now opened a reckless homicide investigation. Medical staff, including the surgeon and the anaesthetologist, have been questioned. Now, the point is, with most of the clinics in Turkey offering hair transplant procedures, they are linked to universities, so the transfer from the clinic to the university, they're linked to hospitals, so the transfer from the clinic to the hospital would have been routine and speedy. But there are three key issues that this case raises. First, the illusion of clinical certainty. However rigorous a checklist may be, no medical procedure, however minor or routine, is actually risk-free. And when procedures are marketed primarily through testimonials, price comparison, and aesthetic outcomes, the patient is led to believe the only variable is cost. This is a dangerous fiction. Second, there's a problem of regulation, and many Turkish clinics operate in tandem with hospitals and are regulated by national and international health bodies. Yet the volume of medical tourists, over 1 million annually, and the competitive pressure to offer low prices and high success rates can lead to shortcuts. In Mr. Latchman's case, the clinic insists that surgery had not begun and that they responded promptly, but the fact remains he died within their care environment, and the precise cause remains unknown. But the question lingers: how prepared are these clinics for emergency complications? Are they hospitals in name only? And the third question is we must confront is the moral cost of the aesthetic economy. Mr. Latchman was a man of learning, discipline and generosity, a charity runner, a computer science teacher, and later a defence industry professional. But the pressures that led him to seek a second hair transplant are deeply embedded in our culture. We celebrate youth and virility. We rarely challenge the idea that appearance is tied to professional credibility, masculine confidence, or indeed follicle excellence. The tragedy is not just that he died, but that so many are drawn to these procedures by a culture that rarely allows one to age with dignity. Dr. Cinik's clinic may well emerge from this legally exonerated, and perhaps rightly so. They claim the patient died before the procedure began, that the staff acted responsibly, and that the inaccurate media reporting has misrepresented the facts. But legal innocence doesn't erase moral responsibility. And we have to ask harder questions. Why do thousands of Britons fly to Turkey each month for cut-price procedures, hair transplants, dental treatment? Why are clinics abroad offering complex operations at 1/3 the cost of British clinics? And what duty do we have as a society to protect those whose health is endangered not by surgery, but by the dream that surgery alone can fix what is broken? We need to honour Martin Latchman not only as a victim of tragic circumstance, but as a reminder that medicine, even when elective, demands humility, vigilance, and above all, truth.